Hey, thanks for tuning in. We ask if you would please click subscribe to get notified of our new content and click the bell below so we can notify you when we have new podcasts. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, welcome back to Prosperity Builders Broadcast. So we're going to give you a short overview of what's going on in the market, both locally and nationally, and so you have a better understanding of what's in front of us. So let's start with Karen. What do you got?
We were actually talking about what is the number one question everybody is saying and asking. Why don't I just wait till next year to buy a home? It's just too competitive. I'm just going to wait till then. And that's not necessarily the case.
Right.
And why is that, Scott?
Well, so one of the key factors that's played into that is what the Fed announced just a couple of weeks ago, which is the fact they're going to be pulling back or tapering their participation in the bond market, which has actually helped contribute to keeping interest rates low. Called quantitative easing, and you may have heard that term. However, what it means is that the Fed will stop spending so much money to artificially buy bonds to keep rates low. And so that can have an impact. Now, we're not in the prediction business, as we've talked about.
We're real estate agents.
That's right. That's right. But we do believe, just based on what forecasters and economists are saying, is that we're going to see some marginal increases in interest rates. And so that has had a key impact on what's going to happen with buyers and sellers, right?
And our job is really just to provide the information so that you can make an informed decision. And
so what if you're a seller, Karen? What would you suggest the seller should do?
if you're a seller right now, people in November and December, they're the real buyers. The buyers, they're real. They want to buy a home right now. Those are the ones. So if I were a seller, I'd want to list my home now. One, inventory is extremely short, but the buyers that are there are wanting to buy. As we go into, the 1st of January, February, more and more listings start coming on the market, and your competitive edge you lose a little bit. Also, like you were saying, the interest rates are going up. So the affordability of that buyer to buy your home is less. And so he may not be able to buy your home if now it's at 3% and it's at 3.5% later.
Okay.
So as a seller right now,
time to sell. So Scott, what about buyers? What's the deal with buyers?
Well, so it's such a competitive market, and so what you run the risk of happening is that your properties will continue to appreciate. That's likely to continue to happen. I think the forecasters are talking about anywhere from a 6.5% increase over 2022. However, if that's going to wind up happening and interest rates continue to increase, right, you're going to be able to afford less property.
That affordability, the same thing with affordability in the buyer side.
Yeah, the key piece that we keep hearing about is from sellers is, so if I sell, where do I go, right? And that's one of the toughest, hurdles to get over with sellers is, what do I do? I can sell, because that won't be a problem.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice do you give people in that situation?
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast. I like that.
Because that is a whole different topic of conversation, and we have the solution for that, but it's too involved for right now.
I guess the bottom line is buyers don't give up, don't get frustrated about having to face multiple offers on a couple of offers you're working on, right? Because it's the time to buy, because if you wait, interest rates are going up, right, Scott?
Right.
And also there'll be more competition in 2022 for those listings, so now's the time.
The affordability, and you'll also be missing out on the equity.
The appreciation.
The equity appreciation. And what that means is if you buy now, you're talking about that 6% increase. If you wait until the spring, you may be missing out on that 6% increase.
Yeah.
So now is really the time to sell as well as to buy.
Right.
So what I suggest, reach out to our Foster Vosburg Realty Group website, or you can go to prosperity-builders.com website. Either one, reach out to us. We'll be happy to guide you through this time and give you some more information, more detail what we're talking about.
We have a lot of prosperity builders who are willing to help.
Right.
Yep.
Well, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Prosperity Builders broadcast.
And
Bye-bye.
don't forget to look for our, like our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We're here to serve you.
Good night.